Hello and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Saur Darkchylde. I'm a player with autism, and welcome back on our Blue Mage journey in Final Fantasy XIV. Last time, we did the second boss of the Magic Carnival. Well, after a brutal defeat for our mentor Martyn, he challenged us to a duel as a more, how can I say, productive rematch. So we prepared for the battle as best we can, and through sheer determination and luck, we were able to beat Siegfried and clear her mentor's name and hopefully save the masked carnival. So, with him out of the way, let's talk to Martyn and see where it goes for our Blue Mage quest from here. You did it! The great Azuro has been avenged! Honestly, mate, I can't tell you how satisfying it was seeing you knock the stuffing out of that pompous bastard. Ah, far from pitter patter, her distant footsteps. It sounded like I ain't the only one who wants to congratulate you. Indeed not. Superlative, splendiferous, is the pinnacle of blue magery. Truly, you are everything I aspire to be. I knew Azuro the second would let us down. So you're the ones who were screaming at the top of your lungs from the start to finish. It's nice to know Saur has such enthusiastic followers. Of course, no one was more pleased than me to see you triumph over Siegfried. The Celestium and its menagerie remain in my possession, and I'll sleep more easily knowing that Fergus won't be unleashing any voice sent to clear out those blasted minds of his. You have my thanks. Saur, you beat me fair and square. Even with all of that magic tech, I was no match for you. You were plenty a match for me, buddy. I only got lucky and had a lot of determination to fight you. Yes, I must commend you on your fine victory. What is more, you have opened my eyes to the potential of blue magic. Never underestimate blue magic, pal. I know better than anyone how fierce a fighter my son is, yet you had an answer for his every move. Almost. Your defenses, nigh impenetrable. Your barrage of attacks overwhelming. And on a few occasions, that his blows struck true. Your healing art swiftly mended those wounds. So, the Blue Mages Guild has gained your seal of approval, so to speak? More or less. While Saur here easily surpasses my expectations, and you possess no small amount of ability yourself, I have yet to assess the stability of the guild as a whole. I shall hire you and your mages on pre-job basis, and have you fulfill whatever role are deemed necessary. You will not regret this. I shall handpick our very best according to your requirements, all for a reasonable price. I assume you shall refrain from taking more than your fair share? Well, part of the payment will go to running the cost of the guild. Besides, I think I'm entitled to a bit of a finder's fee. All things considered, you can't expect a guild master to live on table scraps. I shouldn't laugh, really. He has actually been surviving on scraps for a while now. Perhaps I should pay him a bit more. Ah, yes. There was one thing I wanted to say. I apologize for speaking out of turn at Copperbell Mines, Master Vegas. Oh, you had every right to be angry. And when you suggested that the other members of the syndicate had thought of me as a second rate, it struck a nerve. Because deep down, I knew it be true. In the events following Adelage's death, Lolorito's influence has been growing steadily, while Gobbert's gold saucer continues to make guild hand over fist. As for her prioress, his Dwellala, being head of the order of Naldha means her position will always be secure. I, on the other hand, have been desperately searching for a means to reassert myself within the syndicate. It is fair to say that perhaps the success I had attended in my youth led to complacency. Rosie, you remind me of myself when I was your age. I traversed the long and breadth of Thanalan, doing whatever it took to fill Ajima and Son's coffers. Once had that same drive, the same desire to innovate that I see in you. From now on, rather than use my wealth to bully others into relinquishing control of what is theirs, I shall strive to create something from the ground up, to explore new frontiers. And it seems there is no better time to begin than right now. After all, I am not getting any younger. I bid you all good evening. Speaking of exploring frontiers, that's exactly what Nutiva and I should be doing. Who knows? We might even discover new blue magic that even the guildmaster's never seen. No doubt they're feeling inspired after seeing the exploits of Azuro II. My audiences will be eager to see more of you, too. So, the doors of the Celestium are always open should you be able to put on a show. And once again, I'm left feeding about as usual as tests of on a bull. I reckon it's time I packed it all in. Saur, there's no point denying it any longer. You've, well and truly surpassed me. You've mastered everything I've mastered, triumphed where I've miserably failed. I've enjoyed my moment in the limelight, but I know when it's time to bow out. The day has come for me to hang up my cloak and little eye mask thingy. Now, Martyn, the show must go on. It's no use, Saur. My mind's made up. It's better for me to quit while I'm ahead. Quit before things get any worse. But enough of this. This is really it, mate. The curtains of the great Azuro. But hark! From the ashes rise Azuro III, the intrepid founder of the Blue Mages Guild. So, what do you think? I'll tell everyone the great Azuro was just looking after it until Azuro III returned from somewhere. I'll think of that later. And that's not all. He'll also be the new star attraction of the Masked Carnival, giving me a chance to start afresh there too. Of course, I'll be carrying on my research into the Blue Mage's studies and whatnot, and maybe even make my own army like Fergus did. Maybe. Might be a few gil in that. Anyway, I'll still need you to help out with the log. So come by the guild whenever you find the time. I guess we completed that storyline, and for a reward, we got his mask. In order to undertake the next Blue Mage quest, you must first meet the following requirements. You must have completed the main scenario quest, Emissary of the Dawn. Once you have done so, the next Blue Mage quest will be available from Martyn. Oh boy. Saur, how fares your delving into the deep waters of the blue? If you're worried about the guild, then let me set your mind at ease. Folks have been begging to join our ranks and banging on our door day and night. Well, metaphorically speaking, of course. Even better, these eager young mages are so thirsty for knowledge, they've gone as far as the Far Isa and Alamigo to discover new spells. I remember not so long ago when it was just me trudging across the realm, and now there's a whole host of us working to improve the art. I'll have to join in these new tricks, jot these new tricks down in your spell book, so you can go and have a look for yourself, eh? Oh, and I was meaning to tell you about that log I've been putting together. Thanks to you and our other colleagues, I've managed to construct a fairly convincing case for the Blue Mage's unbeatable versatility. But a few more notes from the field won't go astray. Anyway, that's about it for the guild's news. Pianda, Dia, my diligent disciple. Today's the day
Saur, I was hoping you'd be back. Heck, I've been practicing all of the blue magic spells I could get my hands on, and would love for you to see my progress.
Now, there'll be time for that later. As I was saying, today's the day for your big test. What big test? Where's your friend?
Oh, you mean Nutiba? He was doing so well. Then one day, not too long ago, he just left.
Yes, it was a shame to lose so promising a pupil, but I'm sure he had his reasons. We can only hope he's not out there somewhere, giving Blue Mages a good name.
Saur, no one told me you were available. Darling, now that the job I have in mind is worthy of your talents. In any case, I can make a do with Azuro the Third here. You see, I'm hosting some patrons who've traveled all the way from the Far East to witness the spectacle of the Great Azuro, or one of his incarnations, doing battle in the masked carnival. Short notice, I know, but I'll need you in the Celestium right away.
I'm sorry, Rosie, but today isn't important.
Did I mention these patrons were wealthy Hikangen merchants? Put on a good enough show, and we might snag ourselves some new investors, which means more coin to share around.
Well, we don't want to disappoint our distinguished guests now, would we? I better do some stretches. I'll let you administer her Piandia's test for her Saur. Honestly, there's not to it. I've already arranged a voice set him for her to fight. All you have to do is see if she wins or not. Her opponent is waiting in the spineless basin, a big tentacle brew of a thing. Introduce yourselves, and then Piandia can have at it.
Martyn never changes, does he? It makes my head spin, but at least this way I get to show you how much I've improved. Come on, let's go find this void scent.
Okay. Now. Spineless Basin in Central Thanalan. Central Thanalan. I know where the exit for that is. But I'm gonna need my map. That way I know where to head. Of course, then again, the destination shows itself on the compass there, so no point in having that out. Hopefully I can get my next costume soon. We've been on costume 2 for quite a while since I unlocked it. Alright. Is that who I think it is? Yup. It's Ultros. He's the test for the student?
Hey, I know you. You're the Azrael the second character. Martyn told me I'd be training against some young and pretty up-and-comer, so you keep out of it, all right? Now that's what I'm talking about. I promise not to bruise you too badly.
Saur? Any of us were tackling this fiend?
Yeah, beware his imp attack. There's the Final Fantasy VI boss music as the test begins. Show him what you got, girl. Oh, we don't get to see it?
Yeah, now that hurt. Ow, right in the cephalopods. Enough, I yield. Hold, Uncle Alti didn't sign up for this.
Something tells me she went a little overboard on this test. Too bad we didn't see what spell she used.
I did it! I won! Now I can make my debut at the Mass Carnival! The title of Azrael the Fourth was riding on the outcome of this test, you see. Only the honor really should have gone to Nutiba. He's always been far more skilled in blue magic than me. I wonder what could have possessed him to leave like that. I could tell something was troubling him, but he vanished without a word. Seems such a waste, too. But no, it's not my place to question his decisions. He has his life, he has his own life to lead. And I have mine. Let's head back to the city and see if Martyn is about finished with... is finished. Shall we? Let's see if Martyn is done with his
little to do. Let's see now. Ah, he's done. How went the testing then? Fantastic. Hick. So, we've got another Azuro to wow the crowds, eh? My own demonstration went rather well, I thought. In fact, our far eastern guest should be along soon to shower me in praise. Welcome, welcome. That was some performance. Shouldn't you agree? I would not. Why your masked carnival is simply a poor recreation of Kugan's own Fukuman fighting festival. Fukumen? Our word for mask, Miss Brazzi. They were worn by the blue wizards who duel for the fearsome creatures at the festival, pitting spectacular spells against untamed ferocity. It has been proven most popular with the masses. Did he say blue wizards? If I had known such second-rate entertainment awaited me here, I would have ended my journey in your golden saucer. Did I hear that straight? Because it sounded like someone's making money off of my enterprise. Martyn, I need you to board the next ship, hit to Kugan, and look into this Fuguman festival thing. If it really is a blatant imitation of the masked carnival, then I intend to object in the most strenuous term. There will be magistrates involved. Personally, I'm curious about this so-called blue wizard fellows. If I find out they're making a mockery of our art, then there will be 7 hells to pay. While Martyn's busy across the waves, we're relying on you to pick up the slack in the Celestium, darling. You've earned the title of Azuro IV. Now let's see how you filled out that costume. Behold! The proud land of the great Azuro lives on. You certainly look the part, Paedlin. Gods, I can feel the gasp between teacher and pupil, getting smaller by the day. I'd best be expanding my own spell book, if I am to keep calling myself Grand Master. And I reckon you should keep a step ahead as well. Basic instinct is a good one to learn. Once you've mastered that, and polished your powers a bit, I appreciate it if you could stop by and check in on Hyandia. I won't be around to offer instruction for a time, but I have great faith that the guild will never falter with the two of you on the job.
We'll be fine, I'm sure. It's Martyn I'm worried about. Anyway, I'll be holding the fort here should there be anything you need.
That's the female costume.
Saur, you're looking even more competent than usual. I take it you followed Martyn's advice? Well, don't slow down now, because I've been improving my leaps and bounds. The Celestium still echoes with applause for the deeds of the Azuro of the Fourth. Speaking of fighting arenas, I have a letter here for you from the Grand Master. I wonder how his investigation of the Kugang is progressing.
Dear Saur, I write to you from the lands foreign and forbidden. The budding of the tea kettle, my constant companion. This missive should by rights be the comprehensive report of the Far Eastern competitors. But I must confess that my investigative efforts suffered a significant setback following my arrival in Kugang. I fear that the true purpose of my journey here will be delayed beyond the limits of Razi's patience. Thus, do I humbly beg you to render your assistance. Please come to the tea house in front of the Sekimeki barracks, and I will explain everything. Waiting in hope, Martyn.
Oh dear. I suppose we should expect something like this. You will help him, won't you, Saur? I should, too, think what kind of trouble he's found himself in this time.
This ought to be interesting. Good thing I got plenty of gil to teleport here. Alrighty. This way. Alrighty. Is it in this building or... No, not that building. It's up this way. There he is, wearing a blue kimono. Or hijab, or whatever the outfit is called in Japan and China. Welcome, honored customer. Can I interest you in a steaming cup of tea and a delectable dango? Saur, you came! Had a change of profession? This is part of the setback I mentioned in my letter. I was just about to done for the day anyway, so now's a good chance as any to talk. Well, when I arrived in Kugang, And I thought to myself, Martyn, you need to find yourself a place to stay. Hey, it must have taken, at least several moments before I got hopelessly lost in the back streets. And that's when a kindly Namazu, who offered to lend me a hand in whatever. Accepting his aid was the start of my misfortunes. The little bleeder had me knocked out. Amputated and stripped to the skin before I even knew what was happening. To add insult to injury, the local authorities' response to the befuddled, bare-bottomed man stumbling about town is to lock him up on charges of public indecency. I was able to plead innocence on that count, at least. But that still left me penniless, friendless, and naked as a newborn babe. The officers took my pity on me then and arranged a job for me here at the tea house in exchange for food and board. Once they'd lend me some clothes, of course. I've since been spreading every spare moment and learning the ins and outs of the perfect cup of tea. But I think I've got the hang of it now. I can finally start nosing into the Fukumen and Fighting Festival, and with your help, hopefully, make up for lost time. Right then, I'll ask some questions around the tea house while you investigate the clientele of the Shizuke hostelry. Gently, mind you. Once you've ferreted out of some choice bits of information, we can meet back here to compare notes. Let's get to it. It's gotta be all too convenient that they gave him a blue hakama to wear while he's here in town. But I guess the player's gotta know which character is him. I know more about drinking than fighting, but even I have heard about this festival of yours, whereas they've opened its doors only a short while ago. And the battling beasts it showcases are already drawing a huge crowds. The real stars, those, are the Blue Wizards. Their wild magics bring the customers back again and again, like a smooth cup of sake. Okay. Let's see, who else can we talk to? You there. Do I know of what? Do I know of it? I've seen a bit of it. Blue Hood was a fan favorite for a while, but now everyone cheers for the Golden Goliath. Not only has he bested every creature he's faced, he also crushed many upstart brave, even enough to challenge his title. I should warn you now, friend. Tickets to the festival sell out quickly, but there's a price for everything. If you've the purse to pay for it. The Fukumen Fighting Festival?
men slaughtering beasts. Bah! Where's the entertainment in that? I can understand the common folk lapping it up, but it seems that even the Lord Bugayo has fallen under its spell. Last I heard, they were hosting matches in the No Theater up at the castle. Unbelievable.
Now to meet back with Martyn. What did we find out then? Sounds to me like the festival is a recent phenomenon, which means it's most certainly an imitation of our mass carnival. If we're to be completely sure, though, I need to see one of these matches with my own eyes. Now, I heard the same thing as you did about buying tickets. Seems they all sell out before you can bloody blink. But rumor has it, they do a thriving trade on the black market. And as much as I prefer to avoid dealing with back alley types, I don't think we have time to mess about. Let's wander the streets, heats around Kaneki Hidori, and see what our offer shall be. A lot of wandering around back and forth in this town. For any shady-looking characters.
Festival tickets? I have the tickets for the Fukumen and the fighting. Yes, yes. Yeah, you. I know you.
Gyro Shin.
The name's Gyro-Do. Gyro-Do. Wait, hey, you're that Namasu who robbed me. Well, you were all but asking to be robbed. How was I to know you were acquainted with our mutual friend here? I had to gut you here in the streets. Where's my money? Where's my clothes, you nasty little bottom feeder? Now, let us not be hasty. Your money I can return, but the fine clothing sold quickly. Perhaps you should get some other form of recompense? Yes? Tickets! You were in search of the Fukumen Fighting Festival tickets, were you not? Here, You must add these rare and valuable entry token free of charge. We are even now, yes, yes? Then I must be on my way.
Well, I suppose I'll never see my clothing again, but at least I got some coin back and snagged an entry ticket into the bargain. Let's head over to the castle and see if there are any matches underway. I imagine there's someone collecting tickets at the gate. How do we know those tickets are real that he just gave us? It's gonna suck if we find out that they're fake. Oh, you were in for a treat. The imitatable Golden Goliath is on the docket for today's entertainment. May I see your tickets, please? Will this get us both in? Certainly, sir. You are aware, however, that this token only permits entry to the preliminary matches. The full price ticket is required to view the main event.
That slimy whisker bugger must have slipped us the cheapest one he had.
Well, never mind. As long as we get some idea of what's going on in this festival of theirs. Ladies and gentlemen, here to rise the curtain on this evening spectacle of savagery, the illustrious skywarped warrior himself, Blue Hood. Be amused as his cerulean arts hurts as he tangles with the terrible and tenacious Yangzing Tiger. It's that boy who left, isn't it? That was 1,000 needles. Do we learn Death Ray, or was that a different spell? A masterful performance! While few compare in magnificence of the Golden Goliath, who can deny the talent apparent in Blue Hood, the original pioneer of blue wizardry? The pioneer of... It was me who taught the blue magic to the masses, not this puffed up pioneer. Pretender. I've seen enough. The spells are real, all right, but the execution is atrocious. It's an offense against our profession. Who's behind the mask? Then I'd like to know. And now, ladies and gentlemen, before we progress to the main event, Blue Hood himself has asked that you spare him a moment of your attention. Listen one, listen all. No occult tricks, or arcane incantations can contend with the all-aspiring might of blue wizardry. Who among you dreams of holding such miraculous power in the palm of his or her hands? I know that voice. It's him. It's bloody Nitiba Butiba. Are you saying that anyone can learn those spells? Even me?
If you but possess the will, then I, the founder of the Azure Evocations, hence can only the mark of need only he to mark the way. I have with me a surfeit of talismans to awaken the blue spirit within you, and the stack of custom-made raiments to arm and garb you. Those first in line will also receive one of a limited number of blue wizardry spell tomes. Come forth and open your purses, hence the bold will be rewarded.
You plagiarist. Would that count as plagiarism? I'm not sure. That thieving bastard! I knew I was missing a coach of soul crystals. I mean, has he no shame? He's even stolen my old sales pitch, right down to the introductory offer. Ladies and gentlemen, I must ask those without full price admission tickets to kindly vacate the seats. The main event is soon to commence. This is a long mission. I wasn't entirely sure what we'd find in there, but it wasn't the grave vanishing in Nutiba, I can tell you that much. Let's wait around for a bit and see if he comes out. I think I'd like to have a few words with our budding entrepreneur. Well, fancy meeting you here, Nutiba. Hope you've had a good explanation for why you stab your old guildmaster in the back like this.
So sorry, you must have mistaken me for someone else. I haven't the faintest idea who...
You can drop the act already. I saw you frauding your blue wizardry in that farce of a performance. And don't think I don't recognize my missing soul crystals. Now see here, I don't know who you are, or what you want, but I'll have you know, but I'll not have you endangering my investment. And have a care with whom you meddle. So, he's just some two-guild villain, is he? Must have some stones on him if he thought he could conquer the castle, though. Ah, I recognize you now. Oh, that was a misunderstanding. I was a victim of circumstances. I've since put that all behind me and resumed my place as a upstanding citizen and businessman. Well, whatever you claim to be, it's clear that your enterprise is a blatant imitation of our mass carnival in Uda. As Guildmaster of the Blue Mages, I demand you cease and desist in this unscrupulous attempt to profit from the spellcraft that I established. Do you expect me to simply crumble before your insistence? Who's to say that you are not the ones who mimicked us? If you truly are the founder of blue magic, then you won't mind giving us a demonstration of your powers. I challenge you to face the greatest combatant in the history of the Fukumen Fighting Festival, the undefeated Golden Goliath. Prove yourself against our champion, and we'll surrender to your demands. You find these terms acceptable, I trust? Of course, consider your challenge accepted. Martyn, you fool! Very good. I shall organize an exhibition match for the purpose, and inform you that the schedule at the later date. Don't stray too far now. Gods above, what have I gotten myself into this time? Come on, Saur, I need to run back to the tea house. My ship's about to start. Oh boy, oh boy. Right. All I have to do is beat that Golden Goliath fellow, and the festival is history. I mean, how difficult could it be? Even if he is their champion, the whole thing is an inferior contest in the first place. But even though I'm sure to win, it never pays to be overconfident. Best do some more investigating before the match, I'm thinking. Ugh. Martyn, remember what happened last time when you tried doing that? By the way, you might want to keep yourself up to snuff with the off chance I'm unfit for battle on the day. Tingle is a handy spell to know. Anyway, it's back to work for me. Azuro and Goliath. Saur, been preparing for the unlikely event I was unfit for the match. Then? I appreciate the effort, but as you can see, I am more than ready to tackle Golden Goliath my own self. Today is the day we go head to head, and I've been lurking around the festival to study my opponent's fighting style. From what I can gather, old Goldie learned all of his spells from the exotic creatures in the festival, techniques I've never even seen or heard of before. But that just means that his blue magic repertoire is limited. I, on the other hand, have spent many a moon building a diverse arsenal of offensive and defensive marvels. There's no way I can lose. Let's not get cocky, my friend. I'll be fine, trust me, although there is one tiny problem. I don't have my costume. So, it's silly, but getting into character helps me focus my skills. Mind going to our friend Gyoto and find out where he sold my clothes? Feel like he coming along? Good. My fellow tea house worker agreed to cover my duties, so I have a little time right now. Let's head into the alleys again and see if we can find our flesh out that fish. Why bother? You could have just sent me back to Udall and get a spare suit for you. Of course, then again, Rosley, he wouldn't be happy that he lost his suit again. I just hope I can get the next Selphic soon in this line of quests. He's close, I reckon. I can almost smell him.
Tickets! Get your tickets! It's you two again!
I thought I could live without my old clothes. Who's Gyoto? Oh, but it turns out I'm a bit sentimental. I need to know, who did you sell my wardrobe to?
Your shiny outfit? Oh, I auctioned it off by price, though, through a second-hand dealer. They were bought up by merchants from the Rakuza district and Dogang Dori. I don't know which shops have them now, but if you mean to buy your costume back, then you had better hurry along, yes?
Well, that sounds like a two-mage job. Can I ask you to scour the stores on Konge Dori? I'll take on Kazuka District. Buy any pieces you can find, and we'll settle accounts over at the castle. Hopefully my purse can cover it. This ought to be interesting. Auction off by Gyoto, you say? Ah, yes, those foreign garments. I just sold them. Why, yes, I did purchase something from a Namasu whose seller recently. You're referring to that unusual scepter, I assume. If you're quick, perhaps you can make a deal with the customer who bought it. Young Lullafell. Oh, he was left a few moments ago. I have to go.
Forgive me for running. I just panicked and... You've been well, I hope. If you wish to lie... I've no wish to lie to you of all people. So, let me confirm what the what the Guildmaster believes to be true. I am Blue Hood. Every part of this, stealing the soul crystals, setting up the festival, selling the secrets of the blue wizardry, it was all my doing. I knew it was wrong, but I don't expect to be forgiven. But you should also know that I had no other choice, for reasons that I cannot personally explain. Here, this hardly begins to make up for what I've done, but I took the liberty of reclaiming Azuro's costume. Please, see that it makes it into Martyn's hands. He'll need all the edge he can get against Golden Goliath, though I doubt it'll do him any good. Fare you well, Saur. Something tells me this guy's gonna be a cheat. Let's go find Martyn. It's gone. Every shopkeeper who had piece of my costume had already sold it. Don't suppose you had any better luck. You got the whole set? But how? And then Nutiba just gave it to you? I don't understand. What kind of game is he playing here? Well, let's leave that mystery for later. I have a match to win, and I don't need any more distractions. It's time for Azuro III to prove himself for his Far Eastern stage. I'll see that this Goldie is really made of. Ladies and gentlemen, for this evening's entertainment, we bring you an unranked exhibition match featuring the incomparable, the invincible, the exhortable Golden Goliath. His opponent is a stranger to our shores, a challenger from the distant west who seeks to pit his own formidable skills against our reigning champion. Please welcome Azuro III! Look at him. This fool is just some would-be Blue Hood. He'll never beat Golden Goliath. That's gonna throw him off his game. I'll show you the real practitioner of blue magic fights. Have a taste of this. Was that Tingle?
Have a taste of this.
I'm guessing that was Goblin Punch. Bloody hells.
Oh, the challenger appears to have some tricks up his sleeve. But will they be enough to topple our golden paragon? There's more. Heard where that came from. I don't know that move. Don't know that move either.
There's more where that came from.
No. Blue magic can do that, can they? And Azuro the Third is down! Victory for Golden Goliath! Told you not to get cocky. That's that then. I failed. Oh, they'll never heed my demands now. And what's with those spells Goldie cast at the end there? I swear, I only ever saw him using monster techniques. Then suddenly, he's throwing Flare and Holy at me. Flare and Holy? Oh, dear God, I think I know who this boss is, and I'm not gonna like fighting him. He was using Mimic, Flare, and Holy. It's Go-Go from Final Fantasies 5 and 6. I tell you, as a longtime student of the arcane arts, it eats me up inside. How can someone wield blue, white, and black magic all at the same bloody time? I ain't leaving until I get some answers. That was a sound thrashing you gave me, mate. But I've got to ask, where did you even learn to fight like that? Who was your mentor? Mentor? I had no mentor. My arts are mine alone. They are imitatable.
Clear off, you whimpering cur. Find someplace else to whine about your defeat.
No mentor? So he taught himself all that? That just doesn't seem possible. Blast, it's getting late. Sorry to rush off, but they'll be needing me back at the tea house. Back to the tea house then. Oh boy. It's Go-Go. Fun as an ally. Terrible as an enemy. This ain't about the festival anymore, Saur. The reputation of our guild is at stake. I won't let it end in defeat. I challenge Goldie to a rematch. Hitch, don't you worry about that. But first, I need to learn more about the man and his imitatable art if I am to have a fighting chance. Oh, and, you shouldn't neglect your studies while this is going on. why don't you take a crack at acquiring Ultra Vibration? Now, if you will excuse me, I've got customers to serve. Saur, mastering Ultra Vibration didn't get you shaken to pieces, I see. Me? I've been adding out when I can to work on the puzzle of old Goldie. But no matter how many pieces I find, I just can't seem to put the picture together. About the best I can think of is to follow him after a match and see if he lets something slip. Come on, the boss has given me the evening off, so it's now or never. I may be a good blue mage, but going up against a mimic, that's a lost cause. That match should be over soon. Let's stay out of sight and wait for our friend, shall we? Here we go. Not too close now. Goldie hopped on one of those huge bird herds and flew off somewhere. The handler tells me he's bound straight for the village called Nanami and pays extra for the unusual route. I'll take the boat across Yangzia right now so we don't lose him. But join me over there as soon as you can. Ay, ay, ay. Nothing good comes from following people. Now, what can we find out about our mimic friend here? like our average farming settlement to me. Wait, ain't that our man over there? Bit of an odd one, ain't he? He's mimicking the person in front of him. So he's some kind of mimic. Strange thing to be doing in the middle of the street, but the villagers don't seem surprised of his antics. They must know him here, or better than they do in Kugain. At any rate, what say we split up and ask a few questions? Golden Goliath? I've never heard of that name. Maybe you can ask one of the grown-ups? Ah, Golden Goliath. That's what they call him in Hingashi, is it not? Around here, we know him as Go-Go. He used to perform for us in the Enclave, but the Imperials had little use for a mimicker's talents. Hence we were proud to hear he had met with such success over in Kugain. I knew it, he is Go-Go. So boss number 3 is gonna be Go-Go from Final Fantasies 5 and 6. Who? Oh, you mean Go-Go! Oh, that arena name always throws me off. But, yes, I know him well. He and I grew up here together, as a matter of fact. The man's talent of mimicry is nothing short of miraculous. He's always been naturally good at it. Then spent endless hours in practice till he was perfect. Now to meet up with Martyn. Good timing, Saur. My new mate here was just about to tell me the story of Golden Goliath's rise to fame. Well, it all goes back to the time I was an Imperial also. Golden Goliath was one of the performers under my wing, although he went by just plain Go-Go back then. This was in the years before Lord Kagan, his rebellion, and we lived under the Imperial's rule. But I suppose they saw no harm in letting us stage a few shows. And let me tell you, even then, Go-Go was a crowd favorite. They couldn't get enough of him. When little more than a glance, hence he could mimic any gesture or expression with jaw-dropping execution. His proficiency extended even to the techniques of samurai and ninja. Such skills take years to acquire, and he would execute them flawlessly within moments. There was once an enraged samurai lord who sought to cut him down for his impudence, but Go-Go replicated his attack so swiftly that the swordsman found himself on the defensive. In that moment, we witnessed him elevate the act of mimicry to perform arts of martial arts. The brutal suppression which followed Lord Kaon's uprising, however, marked an end to such entertainments. Go-Go was forced off the stage, but his dedication to his craft never wavered. Later, rumors reached us of men who vived with monsters by using their own brutal attacks against them. Go-Go was intrigued. He took sharp Keegan and see his spectacle for himself. The enlisted as a combatant in the Fugan Fighting Festival. For one such as Go-Go, imitating the art of blue wizardry was simplicity itself. Even in the arena, he needed but the blink of an eye to understand and master the attacks of his feral opponents. Not once did he taste defeat. And when challengers came forth to contest his supremacy, their techniques too did he turn against them. One by one they fell. So did the legend of Golden Goliath rise. That is all I can say for now. As for the next chapter in Go-Go's saga, well, that is something we all look forward to hearing. Bloody hells. From the way the old man described it, Goldie's mimicry sounds like a more advanced form of blue magic. We have to work for our spells, right? You provoke a creature into displaying an ability, and then you absorb its ether once you've won the fight. But Goldie skips past that last bit and picks up the new tricks almost immediately. And it doesn't even need to be a monster. Swordplay, spellcraft, anything an opponent throws at him, he can learn. Just copying their movements wouldn't be enough. That's as if he perceives the attacks on some deeper level and mirrors the exact flow of their ether. Something like that would take a natural gift of observation, honored by years of patient study. Goldie was just, as we just discovered, was devoted his entire life to the art of mimicry. And I reckon this, ironically,
intimate, imitatable whole talent is his reward. Even expert blue mages like you and me must seem like infants to him. There must be some way to claw out a victory. Let's head back to Kugan for the moment, and I'll try to think up a plan along the way. Saur, I gave it some thought, and I believe I've hit upon a winning strategy. Goldie's mimicry is a formidable weapon. There's no doubt about that, but just because he's learned a bunch of spells and stuff doesn't mean he knows the best way to use them. Footwork and flexibility, that's what's important. And when it comes to battling instincts, I think I have the upper hand over some stage performer. It'll just be a case of dodging his attacks while making sure I land a good walloping of my own. He won't even know what hit him. Yeah, he will. He can mimic you. Speaking of improvements, why don't you see about learning Ethereal Spark? I'll be busy training for my grand rematch. Anyway, once I'm done on serving tea, finally, the new outfit. Saur, keeping your feet wet in the blue, I see. In case you were wondering, and I tried to arrange a rematch with Golden Goliath, but that smug bastard, Kageyama, won't even give me the time of day. As far as he's concerned, the matter's already dead and buried. But I ain't one to give up so easily. I'll keep on hounding him till he sticks sick of the sight of me, and then... Razi, welcome to Kugan. Can I get you a nice cup of tea? Do I even look like I'm in the mood for tea? I got so tired of waiting for word of your investigation that I packed a bag and came here myself. So, what do I discover, darling? But you wagered her the right to continue the Fukuman Fighting Festival on a trial of combat, which you then proceeded to lose. It wasn't my finest moment, no. I never should have delegated this business in the first place. From here on out, I will be taking charge of things, effective immediately. As a matter of fact, I already have an appointment outside the castle gates with the festival founder. This Nutiba Butiba of yours, come along, darlings. I will not stand idly by while someone who isn't me profits from the idea of the mass carnival. Razi isn't one to mess about, is she? I think my days at the tea house might be numbered. You think?
the faster we get this quest done, the better. Raziel sort this out. Just you watch. Nutiba, I accuse you of founding the Fukumen Fighting Festival in direct attempt to imitate and exploit the success of my mass carnival. I demand you cease operations and offer restitution for the profits lost. And you better bloody well make up for stealing my soul crystals as well. I willingly confess to the crimes leveled against me, and offer you both my most sincere and regretful apologies. But I cannot hold what has been put into motion. As to the reason why, well, that shameful explanation is what brought me to meet with you today. I used to be a sailor from Limsa Lomenza. To cut a long story short, I was on a crew of trading ships which docked in Kugan, where I fell in love with a local girl. I asked for her hand in marriage, and that's when her Kugamia came in. As the mediator employed for our betrothal, he offered to lend us the momentous sum required for the traditional exchange in gifts. By way of repayment, I was to help him avoid paying tariffs on soy sauce exports. I became a smuggler. The longer I toiled in the shadows, the firmer his grip have closed upon me, until one day I realized there was no way to squirm free. It was then Kageyama heard talk of the mass carnival. He grew obsessed with the idea of raking in the profits by beginning his own fighting arena in Kugain. To that end, he ordered me to travel to Uda and steal the secrets of the blue magic. My conscience rebelled, in disgust. But the fear of what Kageyama might do to my fiancée was stronger. And so I resigned to carry out the description. I appreciated myself to the guild master. Once I acquired a solid foundation in the art, I awaited the chance to pilfer your case of soul crystals, and then fled into the night. I do expect this simple admission of guilt to absolve me of my transgressions. Yet beyond that, I can give you no more. But without risking the safety of the one I hold most dear, surely you understand? Kageyama, you said? The name rings a bell, but I thought he was just another rich Kugain merchant. And this goes beyond commercial ruthlessness.
Damn you, Kugayama. You've got a lot to answer for. Did someone call my name? Why are you out here wasting your time with these flea-ridden failure? If you've time to chat, you've time to market our blue wizard's wear.
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Rozzy, and I'm the manager of the Masked Carnival. This little show you're running here is a brazen theft of my interpretal idea.
Again with this idiocy. You forfeited all rights to that claim the moment your man here lost against our champion.
I acknowledge his defeat here in Kugain, but that was on foreign soil, where you held every advantage. Isn't it only fair that we have the chance to prove our legitimacy on more familiar ground?
Trying to twist things all you like, Miss Manager, but what's done is done. Besides, what would I possibly stand to gain by allowing you a rematch?
The renovation of the terms, then. The renegotiation of the terms, then. Should you win, I promise to sign over the full ownership of the Masked Carnival.
You have a deal. Well, just name the day.
Not so fast. To clarify, a victory will only be considered valid if won in our home city of Ulda. Also, I reserve the option to nominate this mage, Azuro II, to fight on our behalf.
Of course. Yes, very well. Golden Goliath will slaughter any combatant you care her to bring into the ring. Your business is as good as mine.
My apologies for this sudden shift of responsibility, Saur, but there's no one else I trust to shoulder the burden.
I knew this would happen.
I really am sorry, darling. Such is the price of competence, I'm afraid.
I wouldn't have minded another shot myself, but Rozzy has the last word in these things. And you are the best choice, if I'm being honest.
That's settled then. Let's saddle up and head home.
Back to Uda.
That was fast. Kageyama and Nutiba are already here in the Golden Goliath, fitting him for a new costume in one of the Celestium art anther rooms. I have a new outfit for you as well, and I want you wearing it for the pre-match announcements. Now, don't worry, darling. You'll look splendid. Go on now. Light up the stage.
ladies and gentlemen. And today we introduce a new challenger for our champion's crown. This enigmatic combatant hails from the far eastern nail of Hingashi. A man who beguiles his own foes with potential feats of imitation. I present to you Go-Go, Master of Mimicry! May the best warrior win. May the best warrior win. Oh, so it begins, folks. What with appears to be a mocking taunt, the challenger Go-Go has favored us with a preview of his mimicking talents. But can a clever replication truly stack up against the genuine article? Come one, come all to the titanic contest, yes, and witness the outcome for yourself.
The crowd is primed for blood now, darling. Enter the Celestium when you're ready, and expose this master of mimicry for the cheap fraud he is.
Oh, he's the genuine article. No doubt about it there. I've seen him in action in both games that I've seen him in. There's no joke about him.
I wonder if I could get Rozzy to make me one of those costumes. Sorry, back to the task at hand. If I've learned anything about Go-Go, then he'll be soaking up the skills of every creature in the masked carnival in preparation for your bout. But no matter what spells he brings to bear, remember that you've got the upper hand when it comes to the battle experience. And just in case you're keen to accumulate a little more, I've added some new places you can visit for your blue magic log. Like I said, focus on footwork and flexibility. We're counting on you to take down that clown and uphold the honor of your fellow blue mages. No pressure or anything. And we finally got ourselves a new outfit. On to outfit number 3. A new stage has been added to the Masked Carnival and can be accessed by speaking with the Celestium attendant. New duties have been added to the Blue Mage log. Access the Blue Mage log via the tab of Blue Magic Spellbook found in the main menu. Now let's try out this new outfit. Mirage outfit.
Not bad, not bad. Looking good. But can we survive our bout against Golgo? Or are we just gonna end up embarrassing ourselves multiple times until we beat him? Find out next time in our Blue Mage series of Final Fantasy XIV. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you did and would love to see more, hit that like and subscribe button, leave a comment if you want, ring that bell to be notified when our next video comes out. We do new videos every Tuesday, Thursday, and occasionally Saturday and Sundays. All of this helps my channel to grow so you have more videos to enjoy. Until the next episode, this is Saur Darkchylde, signing off. Have a good night, folks.